So, as you all can see, I haven't disappeared off into oblivion. I sincerely apologize. This has been like the longest it's been since I've made a video, since I've had my YouTube channel. I've never went this long without updating something. But the good news to that is that I have finally started school and I am swamped. I'm taking 5 classes right now. Long story short, I'm taking Human Growth and Development, Humanities Forum, focusing on the American Dream, English, basic college English, elementary algebra because I'm awful at math, and then a college success class because I am on academic warning. Briefly, I went to school when I was 16. I started college when I was 16. And besides math is always the exception to the rule. I have always been pretty book smart and have a lot of common sense. So I did well in various subjects. Like, I could always teach myself things and pass with flying colors. But my problem back then was that I lacked the follow-through. I lacked the initiative, and I really messed up in school, so I have to bring my GPA up, and I have to bring my completion rate back up. So yes, I'm on academic warning, and I have to take that class. So those 2 classes, the elementary algebra and the college success class, they don't count towards my degree. So, or they don't count towards my credits, I guess you could say. But anyways, that's why I'm taking 5 classes, and I'm majoring in philosophy, and I have to talk to a advisor about this, but I'm thinking about like specifically dealing up with applied ethics, because it just kind of goes in line with the type of person I am. I'm always like into the whole idea of what's morally right and wrong, and especially when it comes to business ethics. Like, that's why I quit most of my jobs, was because I can't tolerate it. So, anyways, this is not about school. Well, in a sense it is, because I do want to say that my teeth getting fixed, or getting gone, disappearing, going away, having them pulled, and getting dentures is what motivated me to go back to school, because I've wanted to go back for so long. But in college, like, you've really got to put yourself out there. You have got, you associate with so many different people on a daily basis. You have to participate in class, meaning you have to stand up in front of class to talk about things. You have to be able to communicate with your professors. I mean, there's a lot of communication that goes on in college, and when your teeth are bad, like, it can kind of make you feel bad about yourself and not be very motivating to go. So that was a big reason why I kind of let that whole situation ride back then, was because I felt like out of place. I felt like I couldn't be everything. Like, I couldn't live up to my potential because of this one issue that was holding me down. So this is a success story as far as I'm concerned when it comes to dentures, when you have to have them, is that you can kind of get your life back. And I'm starting to get my life back on track. I mean, I'm 28, which isn't terribly young. I mean, it's not terribly old, but, you know, I'm in a class. Most of my classes have a lot of younger people, like 19, 20, 21, 22. So generally, I'm like the older one in my class. But it's better late than never. And I feel like I just feel so good about my decision to go back to school now. And I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to do it and to be confident in it. Number one, I sit right up at the front of class. Like, I literally, on the first day of school, I picked the seat closest to my professors to let them know that I'm here, I want to stand out, and I mean business, okay? Whenever we're asked to participate, to answer questions, or to stand up and talk about, you know, our papers or whatever like that, like, I am usually the first one with my hand up. I go up to the front of the class, and I don't play. I get down to let them know that I'm serious about school. And I really feel like, you know, I could have done that all along, if I felt confident enough about myself, because I mean, I had a really good jump start. I was 16. But that's the past, and now, you know, I'm in the present time, and I finally feel like I'm living life. Like, I need to make another video about that. Let me know if that sounds interesting, about all of the things that I have been able to do since I've gotten my confidence and my self-esteem back, you know? That actually wasn't the point of this video. The point of this video was, one of the girls in the forum mentioned that her dentist thought that I was glamorizing dentures, and you know who you are if you're watching this, and I'm not going to put your name out there. So, anonymous girl, she, and I appreciate you for mentioning that, because this is really something that I haven't really fully touched on yet, and I can see where a dentist would get that idea. I could see where they get that impression of me. So let me just clear that misconception up right now. When I first started this channel, I didn't even think anybody was going to watch it, because I felt like I, you know, was a rare case, and that there weren't that many people who had to go through situations like this. I guess, I mean, I knew, but it didn't really dawn on me that, you know, hey, I've searched YouTube and I haven't found very many people. I mean, I did find a few, but there wasn't a whole lot of people, you know, looking for this information on this subject, and or there wasn't a lot of people covering information on this subject, blah. So I should have put two and two together and figured that, you know, my videos, I do get a lot of feedback from them. I've got a decent amount of subscribers, you know, given the fact that I'm not advertising anything. Well, you know, I'm not out there, you know, promoting my channel like I probably could be. People just kind of stumble across my videos. So considering that fact, I think I've got a good, you know, subscriber base, and that's even, you know, disproportionate to the amount of views that my videos have gotten. And then when you get into further details, like the demographics of people who are watching my videos, and, you know, all of the things on the back end that I'm able to see, this is a subject that people are very interested in, and I've kind of put myself out there on YouTube and been, you know, one of the spokespersons of Dentures. So anyways, I should have known that I would get a lot of viewers, but I didn't, and, you know, I'm not perfect. And I do need to emphasize that my videos are meant to encourage those who have no alternative. I do not endorse the idea of just for stupid reasons, just like, you know, that would be awesome, I'd never get toothaches again. I don't have to go to the dentist anymore, which is a lie, because you have to go to the dentist regardless if you have dentures or not. Like, all these ideas that somebody could think when they're just frivolously tossing around the idea of, hey, I think I'm going to get dentures. You know, I don't endorse that at all. This is a big decision. This is a big decision that needs a lot of thought put into it. You can't just jump into this. Me personally, and I can only speak from my experience, because, you know, I can't, on some aspects, I can speak for the masses, the emotional side and stuff like that, but we all have our different issues that come into play. With me, I didn't even need to be told that I knew my teeth couldn't be saved. And I know I get a lot of messages from people who say, you know, I couldn't imagine that your teeth were ever that bad off, but try your best to picture, like, a witch. My teeth looked so bad, so ridiculous, and I'm not just talking about, like, how they looked, like, how they felt, like, their state of being, like, they were barely there. The enamel was gone. You could not replace it. It was nubs. Seriously. Teeth broken off. It was just all a mess, and I've said that, at least, in many of my videos. It was just all bad. A lot of dental work that had fallen apart and couldn't be salvaged. Root canals. I mean, you name it. Like, even my front two teeth that had the root canals, that stuff started chipping out. And the root canal itself, like, it wasn't a minor one. Like, when I went into the bathroom after they drilled all of it out before they filled it in, I looked in the mirror and there was, like, huge gaping holes that they had plastered, or, I mean, It was horrific. No, not one single tooth. And I do mean that. As hard as it is to grasp that, there was not one tooth in my mouth that could be saved. They all had to go. Every last one of them had to go. My dentist even said that that was like one of the worst cases he had seen for somebody my age in his 30 years of practice. It was bad. I said it. So I had no choice. You know, I had to get something. Now, yes, implants are an alternative to dentures, and they are preferable to dentures. They help to stabilize your bone and prevent further bone loss, and it's just better all around. I mean, you could do your research, you could look it up. I mean, and implants aren't for everyone, but for most of the people, from what I can understand from, you know, doing my own research, is that most people can benefit from implants. So I don't doubt that. But like at that point in my life that I had my teeth pulled out, implants were not an option, and right now they are not an option. Financially, they're not. You know, if I had the ability to finance something like that, then of course I would. I mean, you can see my face already. It's starting to, you know, kind of change a little bit. So I understand the implications of having dentures, especially when you're this young, but implants just aren't an option. So what do you do? What exactly do you suggest somebody like myself do? Like, what do I do about that? They had to go. They were ruining my life. They were destroying my health. My diet was non-existent. I couldn't even eat with my teeth. It had gotten so severe that, and I lived in so much fear that a tooth would just completely fall out of my mouth, that I literally had to mush food to the top of my mouth, the roof of my mouth, with my tongue. I was no longer using my teeth. They were pointless. They were taking up space. They were infected. And I mean, I can only imagine having that kind of infection in your mouth constantly, and it getting into your system and into your bloodstream possibly. You know, all the cons of my teeth far outweighed the cons of having them pulled and dentures in their place. Dentures was a miracle for me. So when I came up on YouTube and I'm talking to everybody, you know, I'm talking to people, albeit from many different backgrounds and situations, but I'm talking to people who have something in common, and that is that they are looking into the idea of getting dentures. Some people have teeth that possibly can be saved, but when you consider that it would cost about $20,000, you know, $15,000, $20,000 to get all of the work that they need done, and like right now they don't have it, and you know, you can't predict whether you're going to run into that briefcase on the side of the road full of money to where you could just go out and like have a blast with it or whatever. You can't predict if you're going to win the lottery or if something else, you know, really fortunate is going to happen to you. But you can kind of predict when it's not. You know, the odds were kind of against me, and I didn't foresee any kind of like large amounts of money coming my way anytime soon. And a lot of people are like that. We would love to have that briefcase of money to fix our teeth, but the truth of the matter is we don't have it, and we got to do something, because having bad teeth destroys your life. It really does. Yes, there are problems that come with dentures, but for some people, it is their only alternative. And I want to make it clear to all of my subscribers and everybody watching my channel, this is your decision. This is not your dentist's decision. This is not my decision for you. This is not your spouse's decision or your children's decision. This is something that you have to come to terms with on your own, because the choice is permanent. The decision that you make ultimately is going to be permanent. It's for the rest of your life. You will never regrow your teeth, at least not until science, you know, provides us a way to do that or whatever. So this is something that you need to thoroughly investigate, and I'm here to provide the hope and encouragement and motivation that you need to make an informed decision that might be difficult, you know, because some people know they need it but it's, you know, it's depressing. So that's what I'm here for, is to provide that hope, to say, if this is what it comes to, if it comes to this and you have to have dentures, it isn't the end of the world. No, it's not. For me, my life has gotten so much better. I can't even stress how much better my life has gotten since I've gotten my dentures, challenges and all, because I've seen them. I've seen bone spurs. I've had sore spots. I've had to deal with loose fitting dentures. I've had to deal with food getting stuck up under them, and, you know, the issues of taking them out and seeing myself without them, and knowing that my face is changing, and knowing that I'm losing bone, and, you know, all of the things that come with it. I've had to deal with that, but that does not amount to the kind of problems that I had with my teeth that could not be saved. So I feel like, for myself, I've made the wise decision to get them done, and I don't regret it at all. And it was not as bad as I anticipated it to be. It was not bad at all. So, but, you know, everybody is different, and like I said, you know, I don't endorse just getting them pulled for vanity reasons, just because, oh, my teeth are ugly and dentures are really cheap and you can make them look really white and straight, and, you know, I don't agree with that. I feel like, you know, you need to talk to your dentist. No, he can't make the choice for you. Yes, he could say, you know, I'm not gonna pull them, or there is no fixing them, but you do need to talk to somebody who is a qualified professional who could give you their opinion. And if you feel that you aren't getting, I mean, some dentists will tell you what they think you want to hear, and some will tell you the facts and just stick to that. I mean, it all depends. I've seen it all. Honestly, I have seen it all. But if you feel like, you know, there's more to it than what your dentist is telling you, then maybe you need to seek out a second opinion. But, you know, if most of the people you talk to tell you, well, you know, your teeth can be saved, and I don't feel like it would be good business ethics, or I don't think it would be morally right to pull your teeth. Like, I can't sleep at night knowing that I've pulled good teeth that could be saved. Then you kind of got to consider that, you know. But then at the same time, dentists need to consider the fact that, you know, people who are living all over the world, because I get messages from all over the world who are uninsured, who are, you know, dealing with life, you know, dealing with the things that come with life, have bills and things like that. I mean, you know, there's no way to come up with $15,000-$20,000 to fix your teeth, and, you know, paying for it little bit by little bit. Most of us have proven that just does not work. It just doesn't work. I mean, when you're talking about getting crowns and stuff like that, I mean, you know, it racks up. The price really, truly racks up. And for some of us, you know, unfortunately, we just don't have it. So you guys have to consider that. So please don't think that I'm just up here saying, oh, dentures are fantastic, you never are going to have any problems again, it's going to be great, life is going to be fun all over again. I'm not saying that. You know, there's challenges in every area of your life, and, you know, you'd have to be really naive to think that I'm, you know, implying that, or maybe you just haven't watched all of my videos, because I've talked about other things than the glamorous life of dentures, because dentures can be glamorous. I mean, for me, they're glamorous. They are, but I'm not glamorizing them in the sense that I'm telling everybody to jump out and get them and make foolish decisions for themselves. Of course not. And also, while we're on the topic of dentists, because I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes. I can't believe I'm still talking. Maybe from your perspective and having all of the knowledge that you have, because, you know, I've already mentioned, you know, I do understand that dentists have to go through a lot to get to where they're at in their careers, and I really applaud you for that. I mean, it's a lot of work involved. I've talked to people who are still in debt to their student loans that they took out to pay for their education. I mean, I get it. I understand. But maybe you could explain why things cost so much money. Because most of us don't understand that. And you know, when you're telling us you won't pull our teeth because they can be saved, but they're going to cost $20,000. Like, could you tell us what you expect people like us to do? If you could say to a patient of yours, I won't pull your teeth because they can be saved. However, it's going to cost about $15,000 to save them. Elaborate on that. Give a little bit more options, because someone like me is going to laugh and say, are you going to pay for it? Where's that $15,000 going to come from? I mean, maybe we need a reality check, but maybe some of y'all dentists need a reality check sometimes, because we're not lying. We're not trying to pull a fast one. When we go in there and try to con you out of $1,000, it's not because we're just trying to say, hey, I just, you know, conned my dentist out of $1,000. Most of the time it's because we genuinely do not have it. So, I'm over 20 minutes. I'm at 21 minutes now. If you have any issues with what I'm talking about here, and you know, I've seen dislikes on my videos, and I wonder who's putting them up there. I mean, I don't mind. Not everybody has to agree, but I would like to know, like, what's so wrong with all of this? What's so wrong with providing some kind of, like, shedding light on such a dreary topic, such a depressing topic? Because you know, a dentist, you might see a lot of tears in your office, but, like, I hear life stories. It's sad. It's really sad. I hear about the most unfortunate things that you could imagine that have, you know, affected people's lives. And I'm up here just trying to encourage those people. So what's wrong with that? Anyways, I'm done. 21:50, going on 22 minutes. This is my longest video, and I hope it can post. So I'm sorry for being missing in action, and I'm still checking my emails. It's kind of hard to respond to everything since, you know, I've got school going on and life is just getting overwhelming. But I truly love you guys. Y'all are so awesome. Y'all have been such a great support to me, and I do have other things I want to talk about in videos that I'm going to try to come up with some time to do it, because I feel like I owe it to myself and to you guys to continue this channel. So anyways, comments, and if you have any questions, then you can always email me, and I'll say it again, it's Kal, Kal32205 @gmail.com. So you guys take care.